So as we mentioned in our vocabulary video, real estate investing, what the heck is that? Let's talk about that today. And welcome to this week's episode of the Bruce and Josh Show. All right, so what is real estate investing? Real estate investing would be purchasing and acquiring properties that would draw you positive cash flow. So like holding a rental portfolio, multiple houses that you would rent out and draw the income from, and they would cover the mortgage. And later on in life, when they're paid off, you would just have all of that positive cash flow that you could live off of and retire on.
Or if you preferred, cash out and just have all that cash that you can live on. Although truthfully, for most people, probably the cash flow is safer.
Right. So why do people invest in real estate?
So I don't, first off, I would answer your question in that most people do not invest in real estate. They invest in things that they can't afford, like going out to dinner more often than they should, or taking trips more often than they should, or buying better clothing than maybe they should, or driving a better car than they normally should. And they're not thinking about that what life is going to look like in their 60s and 70s versus what it looks like now in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. So for most people, what I would suggest, not at all talking about your life, I will travel the world with you and have fun with you no matter what your age is, whether you're thinking about your 60s and 70s and 80s or not. But what I would suggest is that when you're in your 20s and 30s and 40s, is that you think about what your future life is going to look like and you invest in it. That's all we're saying. Drive a little bit less expensive car, maybe eat hamburger and not steak more nights of the month than you do, and actually buy more real estate, for example. You could do stock market, I don't care what you invest in, but real estate's an example that we're talking about. So you buy your first home, you're in your 20s, you get into a home and you're living in it and you're paying for it and it's yours. Now, take some of the money that you could save from the other expenses in your life and buy an investment property. And instead of you doing that to make fun of me, you could explain to them what over the next 20 to 30 years that investment property is going to do for them in addition to their current home they own.
I think that was your segment. Let's talk about compound interest.
Compound equity would probably be a better way to state that at this point. So think about this. You buy a house, you save some money, whatever that may be for you. I don't know your income, I don't know your lifestyle, but you save up some money. You have a down payment now for an investment property. You bought your original house at 25, at 28, whatever. Now you're 32, you're 35, you're 30. You buy an investment property with the money you've saved, and someone moves into that investment property and pays you rent, which is going to be more than your mortgage payment to your mortgage company. So someone, follow me here, someone is paying your mortgage. Every penny that house cost you, someone else is paying it for you. So you spend the next 20 to 30 years of your life with someone else paying you the mortgage on a house that you own. Which to me sounds like a really good deal, because you've bought a house and someone else is actually paying for it. So you end up let's just split the difference, 25 years down the line. You end up with a free and clear house that someone else has paid for. So now you have two options for your retirement. You're now in your 60-ish years old. and your own house that you bought in your 20s is now paid for, and this next house that you've bought is paid for by someone else, and now you have cash flow coming in from it.
You could keep that cash flow coming in and just live off of that, or you could decide to cash out on your portfolio and take that big lump sum and live off of that.
Yeah, that's our theme here. Your future paid for by someone else. So delayed rewards at this moment, that maybe you eat more hamburger and chicken than you do steak. Maybe you take, less extravagant vacations in your 30s, but now in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, you're at a place to where you actually control your destiny.
All right, guys, remember to like this video, comment if you have any questions, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on social media. We'll see you next week.